everybody, welcome to the stream. This is a demo of a new Noir visual novel called Dry Drowning. Not sure how long the demo is, but we're gonna find out. So let's dive right in. Come on, be honest. What are you afraid of? Loneliness? Or maybe death? No. What you really fear is being forgotten. Living the mediocre life of a failed man. How do I know this? Well, because we are more similar than you'd like to admit. And that's why I know exactly what to do to make you suffer. Thanks to me, you will learn that every happy ending is a lie. Mordred. 2 years. It's been 2 damn years. I can't believe I'll be able to go back to an almost normal life. It could be such a nice day if it wasn't for the damn rain. Is Hera already home? I better not disturb her. She hates being interrupted when she's playing. I'll just smoke a cigarette and give her the good news as soon as she's done. Damn, I've got none left.
Jen Pie said, "Hey Morty W."
I should have some in my office. Hi Jen, how you doing?
Jen Pie said, "I'm good, and you Morty?"
Doing good, just seeing how this game works. I think the music's a little loud, hold on. At least on my end.
Jen Pie said, "I love how the guy moves a little." Jen Pie said, "How?" Jen Pie said, "XDDDD."
Why wouldn't it let me hit that? Okay.
Jen Pie said, "I mean the guy might be a hoe too."
I don't know. I've just started. We'll find out, I guess. Right. So we're investigating. I guess it shows you my trusty drawer, the place where I hide my most precious things.
Jen Pie said, "The art and music is so pretty."
Yeah,
Genpai. Said art.
yeah, it's really nice, this game, but I heard the writing's a little off, so we'll see. Like, it's a beautiful game so far. Here, my pocket dispenser of death. Dramatic. Alright. Inventory.
Genpai. Said oh, was it translated or something?
As far as I know, it wasn't, but it's possible. Like, I'm not sure who the developer is. Like, I've never seen this company before. It's pretty new.
Genpai. Said oh.
It does seem like it was translated, though, so it's possible. You should seriously stop playing sad songs. All our neighbors will end up killing themselves. Wow.
Genpai. Said and this is a demo.
Yeah, this is a
Genpai.
demo.
Said wow.
It's like probably the first hour or two of the game. It's on sale right now. I might pick it up if I like this. Mordred.
Genpai. Said oh.
If you're here, that means. Yes. Although everyone knew I was guilty, I've been acquitted for lack of evidence. The law is an odd system. Then are we free? Free from justice, certainly. But not from the hatred of the relatives of the people I've sent to the electric chair. Wow, this is a little, wonky in writing, isn't it? At least, from tomorrow, we'll be back at work.
Genpai. Said wow. Genpai. Said this guy.
Yeah, he's a little heavy-handed, isn't he? Provided that someone's crazy enough to hire a suspected felon. Will we ever put an end to this? Hera. All that the media and the victims require is a scapegoat. You're free to go. It's me they want dead. I'm just as guilty as you are. You know it. By running, I just delay the inevitable. We're both monsters. The only difference is that you're the one out in the open.
Genpai. Said I say we let him have a pass because he's cute.
Maybe. He's a decent looking guy. He reminds me of, I can't put my finger on it. Not...
Genpai. Said XD.
Not... What's his name? It's... if I remember it, I'll let you know. The only difference between us is that you're a gorgeous monster. Wow. Idiot. Anyway, do whatever you want. But don't say I didn't warn you. Mordred Foley. The true life of the party, as always.
Said wow, who said that, him or her?
He did. That was him. Unfortunately, I'm not great at doing voices. Like, I'd try, I guess.
Genpai. Said XD, damn it, I wish it was her. Genpai. Said me neither.
I wonder how long we can last with all this pressure. Let's try to give her a lighter tone if she comes back up. 2066. Alright, so it's future. Mordred. perfectly understand the situation, madame. Or madam. Indeed. I'll be waiting for you in my office.
Genpai. Said make her have a deeper voice than him.
I'll try. I will try that. I'm not great, but I'll try. Of course, confidentially is our
Genpai.
agency's motto.
Said XDDD.
Here she is. What? I can't do it.
Genpai.
I can't do it.
Said you don't have to Morty.
Sorry,
Genpai.
it makes me laugh too much.
Said ha 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 ha.
What's going on? Yeah, that doesn't sound right. You won't believe it. We have a new client.
Genpai. Said OMG XDDDD.
She seems to be a big shot, and she's coming to the office. I'll try to give him a little more grit, maybe. I'm pretty good at that. I can't believe it. Hurry, let's take stock of the situation before she gets here. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna speak to these people, I guess, now.
Genpai. Said that's better.
Today's newspaper? Should I do the client, today's paper, or Hera's decision? No preference? Let's go with the first one, I guess. Wait. Okay. So, in the end, you decide to stay.
Said is the text chat reader guy too annoying? I can be quiet.
Oh, no, it's fine. I just have to listen. Because, I don't have two screens yet, unfortunately. I have to get a new setup. We've been to hell and back. The least I can do is stay here, tormenting you forever.
Genpai. Said oh I see.
Yeah, feel free to interact. I'm cool with it. It's fun. Our next client will torment me enough. Well, speaking of her... alright. Let's go in order. Have you read today's newspaper? No, is there anything interesting? I mean, besides the usual rubbish on immigration. Definitely. 4 days ago, while we were still in the courtroom, a body was found in Treasury Park. And are they reporting it only now?
Genpai. Said BRB.
Good, only censorship strikes again. Oh, sorry, old censorship. At least they'll stop talking about us so that we can work in peace. Here, read the article when you have time. On the 22nd of February 2066, a tragic murder occurred in Treasury Park, whose culprit is still unknown. The diligent police force of our immortal city has already arrested a potential suspect, thanks to the remarkable work of Lieutenant Freyer Goldsoul. The name of the suspect and the murder dynamics are shrouded in mystery. People who arrived at the crime scene reported that a ritual murder was committed with unprecedented violence. Nevertheless, their statements were classified as unreliable by our police. What do you know about this new client? She's the assistant of a politician. That's all she told me. Politician? Since when do we accept those kind of jobs? At this point, I'd welcome the devil himself as a client. I have a bad feeling. You should know that our business is built entirely on bad feelings. Sounds like she's here. Welcome to Foley Investigations, madam. Hello, detective. As I told you on the phone, my name is Julie Ward. Hmm. 35 years old. Success is a matter of good taste. Smart and extremely ambitious, Julie Ward managed to impose herself on a professional level, mainly thanks to her charisma and her physical appearance, something she brags blatantly about in every informal situation. She's the advisor and personal assistant of Richard Baker, one of Nova Polemo's politicians. She has a murky past in the mob, from which she got away in a brilliant manner without smearing her professional reputation. And I'm the personal assistant of Mr. Baker. I gave her a little bit of a British accent there. I guess. I don't know why. Okay. She's a member of the Black Bands. They're privileged snobs. Okay. Baker? That's that Baker? The Black Bands. Founded after the burst of the economic bubble in 2030 and the consequent crisis, a nice alliteration there, the only purpose of the party was to return the city to its original splendor, closing borders and expelling by force all those immigrants which were considered professionally useless. Their extremist and nostalgic ideas took hold of the people, who decided to vent their frustration by voting in the party en masse. Their victory marked the beginning of the most violent 3 years in the history of the city. The police slaughtered anyone trying to cross the city borders and violently expelled more than 230,000 socially invalid individuals. For the first time in history, discrimination was not related to language, race, or culture, but merely to social value. Bit of a social crisis going on. Or what it was. What a lovely place. Burgundy floor to match the antique furniture. The only thing missing to complete this kitsch masterpiece is the floral sofa. Excuse me?
Said okay, I'm back.
Welcome back, Jen. You didn't miss much. Just this newcomer who looks like ex-mob.
Jen Pot said thanks.
And who might you be? This is Hera. Let's call her my assistant. Nice to meet you, Miss Ward. I see.
Jen Pot said XD, they all look like they are from some sort of mob.
Basically, well, this guy's a detective. Mordred. Are you ignoring me by any chance? Concerning our situation, detective, could we speak in private? Why? Explain yourself, please. What I am about to disclose is strictly confidential. I'd like to avoid having assistants getting in our way.
Said I wish they were taller.
Yeah, they're a little... I guess it's the background. Well, you don't see how tall they are, you know, because of perspective. It's, the problem with visual novels sometimes is this 2D limitation. Like, sometimes you have a different background artist than the character artist. Probably not in this case. If you don't mind, of course. Oh, not at all, madame.
Said yeah,
I'll
that
leave
is
right
true
away.
sad face.
Good evening. Hera. I think you owe me an explanation. Alright, shall we begin? Alright, let's start with the case. I apologize for my manners, but the job we want to offer you is an extremely delicate case. Enough to exclude Hera from this conversation. When murder cases are mixed up to politics, it's better to maintain a certain confidentiality. I guess it's with politics, it's supposed to be. Are you referring to the murder in the newspaper? Precisely. 4 days ago, my boss, Richard Baker, was involved in a murder case whose method was rather odd. Odd? The point is that elections are coming up, and as you may know, Mr. Baker is a favorite candidate. This kind of business may cause him and the entire party to collapse. Now I see why the newspapers were so vague on the matter. The black bands have a lot of enemies inside our city, and we want to use the situation to our advantage. If you manage to clear Mr. Baker's name, we will use the whole case to influence public opinion, to make them understand that a thorn in the flesh he is for his opponents. What a thorn, sorry. I understand, but tell me, how could the police determine that Mr. Baker had committed this odd murder? An eyewitness, and the victim was Mr. Baker's lover, who had been blackmailing him for years. Add various political opponents wanting him behind bars, and you'll have the complete picture. To the victim. Why are you so vague? Who is the victim? How did she die? I can't give you all the case details yet, but I can tell you that the matter is more complicated than you think. The victim, Mr. Baker, and the eyewitness are connected. As I have already said, Alicia, the victim, was Mr. Baker's lover and had been blackmailing him for a while. Whereas Abigail Sherman, the eyewitness, is the sister of his current wife, Anne Sherman. Police believe that Miss Sherman followed the two of them because she was convinced they were having an affair, thus witnessing the murder in person. Needless to say, you're not revealing everything, right? As I said, I can't say anything until I have given you all the information as agreed with the party before coming here. Alright. Let's ask about Hera. I would like to make something clear, Mr. Foley. I did not send your assistant away for racist reasons, but simply to comply with the confidentiality conditions set by the party. I don't know why, but I find that hard to believe. Many members of the party want to see people like her deported, but I'm not one of them. I'm not interested in your political games, and above all, I don't need your hypocritical excuses. What I want from you is money and the assurance that Hera will be left out of this, and that's all. I see. You know who he looks like? There's a guy on Twitter named Ernesto Riley. I don't remember his real name, but he's an actor. I don't know if he goes by that name anymore either.
Gen Pi said, what did he act in?
He was in TV. He was in a show called The Cult, and The Vampire Diaries, I believe. I don't remember his real name. Let me get this straight. You want my agency to exonerate an extremist politician so that he can win the upcoming elections. Focusing on the fact that he was framed by those who want to guard the future of your beloved city.
And I agree he does.
Yeah, he used to be pretty active on Twitter. I'm not sure anymore what happened to him. Do you think I'm your puppet? In fact, he might be on the CW show Legacies still. I'm not sure about that. I'll be straight with you, Mr. Foley.
Genpot
One of the most hated people in the
said
city.
maybe.
And no client will ever knock at the door of the man who caused the death of 2 innocent citizens. So why did you? Because we know your methods, and let me point out right away that we don't care if you find the real killer. You just have to exonerate our employer. The person who will be arrested in his place is a mere detail. Well, that's underhanded. Go along with our request, and you'll receive 50,000 credits and the chance to permanently clear your name. Furthermore, there are reasons behind my choice not to explain to you the murder. Get to the point. Go investigate the crime scene. I'm sure you'll accept this case without a second thought. I won't even be able to get close to the crime scene, not after all the problems I've had lately with the police and the media. Don't worry, we'll take care of these kind of details. If you want to redeem yourself in the eyes of society, this is your only chance. Good evening. Don't tell me you're going to accept. Hera, did you hear everything? Mordred, the Black Bands had their refugees shot. I was spared only because I arrived shortly before. But I had time to watch unemployed people being beaten. Along with anyone they considered useless for their cause. Those were different times. The people who ordered the massacre have been arrested. Now the party takes a more moderate line. They could even lose the next elections. Besides, that woman is right. If we don't accept this job, we're finished. I'd rather live a life of misery than work for these bastards. I'd like to remind you that we have to get... that we too have got innocent people killed. After all, we're not so different from them. Don't do this to me, Mordred. Let's keep the shred of dignity we have left. I beg you. Okay. Decisions are important in this game, supposedly. Hopefully more so than other games of branching paths. Right. Okay. Yikes. I'll think about it.
Genpot said yeah, I hope so too.
Supposedly this has like a couple different endings, so we'll see. Like, obviously I don't have the whole game yet, but thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe not so hopeless as they say. Don't speak too soon. I have to see the famous crime scene first. Stay in touch. I'll need you. You can count on that. Well done, Mordred. You've just made a promise that probably you won't be able to keep. Are you really risking everything for so little to protect someone you don't even know? I better get going. New destiny available. Alright. Let's go. How do we travel? Alright. Okay. Use the map. This is more of like a point and click than it is visual novel. Like, seems like it. As I expected, the crime scene's already been cleaned up. The police really are scrupulous. when the reputation of our city is at stake. Sir. Hmm? I'm sorry. You need to. Oh, you must be Mr. Foley. Miss Ward warned me you were coming.
Genpai.
Tisk.
Said BRB.
That woman has planned everything. May I see your pass, please? Pass? I guess you mean... Okay. This, I guess? You mean this, right? Very well, Detective. You can proceed with the investigation. I am at your disposal. Thank you, officer. Mordred, son of a bitch, Foley. Eh? Look who's had the guts to come out of his crappy office. What are you doing here? Did you come to turn yourself in? Or just be smacked about? Good evening to you too, Freya. So Freya is 32. Freya has a litigious and stormy nature, but she is moved by a deep desire for justice and equity, which has gradually led her to a life of violence and cynicism.
Genpai. Said okay back, sorry I'm cooking rice.
Welcome back, Jen. Sounds good, rice? Tasty. Freya is the daughter of
Genpai.
Hedrick Goldsoul.
Said oh dang these cop guys are hot.
One of the most renowned bakers of Nova Polemos, but her past is a complete mystery. She joined the police force at the age of 20 thanks to her father's influence, but managed to become lieutenant because of her merits and dedication. She arrested some of Nova Polemos' worst criminals, and she's the one who started the inquiry about Mordred Foley, who she hates with all her heart. Yeah, this is really nice art. Really well done character design. I like it. Kind of digging it despite the writing. Look at him, Robert. Look at the only bastard I couldn't arrest.
Genpai. Said who is the artist?
I'm not sure. You know, it's not listed right off because it's usually just the developer that's listed. I'd have to look into it. I'll let you know at some point. I see you don't lack resentment. Ask for professionalism. Well...
Genpai. Said yeah the writing is kind of off.
Yeah. It's like almost amateurish, the writing, but it gets its point across enough, you know. Give me one good reason not to kick your teeth in and throw you out. In solving cases that incompetents like you will never be able to work out, a good enough reason?
Genpai. Said yeah sad face.
Spare me your sarcasm, Foley. Officer, please remove this man from the crime scene. What the hell you mean he's authorized? Damn. I don't know whose ass you've been licking, Foley. But you better watch yourself, because I'll do anything to wipe that stupid
Said
smile off
maybe
your
later
face.
on they can improve the writing in their next game.
Yeah, I think it's a newer studio, so they're starting out. And these, you know, these are labors of love sometimes. Like, it's one person, sometimes just writing and doing all the art, and it's a lot of work.
Genpai. Said who says that ass licking?
The lady.
Genpai. Said yeah.
Yeah, interesting choice of words. But I've heard it before. I'll keep in mind. Oh, wrong accent for him. I'll keep in mind. Now, can you let me get on with my job? Listen to me. You're playing with fire. The case is too much for someone like you. If you value life and that of your girlfriend, leave right now. Goodbye, Foley. I don't know why I gave her like a deep Brooklyn accent, but...
Genpai. Said I'm walking here.
I'm walking here. That woman should take a very long holiday. Mordred, can you hear me?
Gen
Oh,
Pot.
sorry, the wrong person.
Said XD.
Mordred, can you hear me? Yeah, loud and clear. I'm about to start the investigating. Okay, turn on the remote cameras so I'll provide you with constant support while I investigate from my computer. Aqua OS? Don't know what this is. Next generation portable device used for a wide range of purposes. It can project previously uploaded holograms,
Gen Pot.
also giving the opportunity to make
Said,
high
is
quality
this like
audio
the future?
and video. Yes, it's 2066. So it's like a couple years in the future, a couple decades. I've already uploaded all the holographic files of the crime scene. Likewise, all the evidence and information you find will be automatically uploaded as data to Aqua OS. Or Aquos? Alright, I'm activating the damn thing. We'll finally discover why they're rushed to clean up. Alright, so...
Gen Pot. Said, where is Connor from Cyber Life?
Yeah, where is Connor? I'm the android from Cyberlife. Okay, he doesn't talk like that, but...
Gen Pot. Said, we need Connor.
Like, I feel this guy is closer to Norman Jaden in Heavy Rain, because he had the, system to investigate. Whoa, what's going on here?
Gen Pot. Said, yeah.
That's not possible. He's back, Mordred. I can't, I must not, I should. Hera, calm down. The nightmare is back. Again. Hera, listen to me. 6 years. Only 6 years. No, stop, please. Damn, what should I do? Forcing her to look will just make things worse. But it would take too long without her. I must decide and pass. Oh dear. You know, I don't want to put her through that. For now. I'm sorry, Hera. It's for your own sake. You don't deserve to see all
Gen
this.
Pot. Said, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, like, I feel it's a bad path to make her look at that. Not after what you've been through over the past few years. Stop wasting time. Let's shed some light on this mess. Right. Alright. Time to investigate. Okay. Let's go to the bench. A broken bench. Something heavy must have crashed into it. There's also also seems to be some bloodstains. What does this mean? It means somebody got hurt on it. I would assume. Okay. Let's go trash. Did anyone to clean this bin up?
Said, yeah, XD.
Oh, they use bins, so they're either... This is from the UK, maybe? Because, like, bin for trash. And what's this? Ooh, a glove with blood on it. Yes.
Gen Pot. Said, oh yeah, the UK.
Other gloves are a symbol of elegance in Nova Polemos, and they are generally worn by people who want to make an impression. A high-quality glove with a big cut tearing it almost in half. There is some dried blood on the sides of the laceration, suggesting a potential connection between this object and the crime.
Gen Pot. Said, yes, evidence score.
Yes, it's evidence, alright. Obvious blood is obvious. A man's glove with a slash down the middle, soaked in days-old blood. Might it have something to do with the case? Probably. Let's look at this lady. The woman's throat was cut. The police data that Aqua OS collected say that the victim's eyes were surgically removed and were then inserted into her mouth. Damn. Which was then sewn shut to avoid. God, what sort of man are we dealing with? Holy crap, that doesn't sound good. Alright. So her mouth was sewn shut. Was the eyeballs in it? Oh, okay. That's pretty damn... what you call it? Specific? A heavy lead arrow was lodged into the woman's chest. Considering the impact angle and the weight of the arrow, it's not likely it was fired from a bow. Alright. This leads me to believe that the arrow was started after the victim was killed. Why the hell did he do it? The woman's lower half is covered by some sort of cloth, while the upper part is completely bare. Considering the whole context, it's very likely that the victim was already dead before arriving at Treasury Park. These flowers have been arranged almost ritually. Killer took his time by the looks of it. According to Aqua OS, they are a type of Daphne flower, quite common around these parts. Daphnes. Hera, maybe you're right, he's back. No, I mustn't jump to conclusions. I need to keep investigating. Oh, wait. Want to look at that. Whoops. An ordinary bench. There doesn't seem to be anything interesting. Alright. Okay. I get the feeling there's still something else to investigate. Unless there's any detail. Oh yeah, okay. Let's look at the hands. I don't think we looked at those. The arms tied to the tree in a calculated way, giving the illusion of sort of macabre work of art. The same can be said for her hair that has been placed with impeccable precision. A woman tied to a tree with Daphne flowers at her feet and an arrow lodged in her chest. That could only mean one thing. The killer wanted to emulate the myth of Apollo and Daphne. Hera? According to one of the most renowned legends of ancient Greece, Apollo, after one of the countless heroics, antagonized Cupid, the god of love. Filled with jealousy, Cupid climbed Mount Parnassus, and from its peak shot 2 arrows. The lead one was destined to repulse love. The gold one would have doomed the victim to a hopeless passion. First arrow hit Daphne, a beautiful nymph. The other was shot straight at Apollo's heart, igniting his love for the creature. Madly obsessed, the sun god started tormenting Daphne, chasing her in the woods. The nymph ran and ran, crying, begging Mother Earth for help. Eventually, the mother took pity on the nymph and turned her into a tree, putting an end to the eager desire from the god. The poor girl demonstrates that not even a divine entity is immune from torment, obsession, or jealousy. Alright. Killer that murders hits A killer that murders his victims theatrically by recreating ancient myths. There's no doubt, Mordred. The case is identical to the one we investigated 6 years ago. Pandora. Now I understand why that woman said I would accept this case without hesitating. Yet, there's still something we're missing. Pandora always killed in closed, isolated spaces, and always with unprecedented violence. The scene, though, seems like an attempt to recreate something different. What do you mean? It's too soon to draw any conclusions, especially until we talk to the police. We don't know anything about the suspects or the witness. Besides, I refuse to believe they haven't reached the same conclusion. Now that Freya's not here, I could even have a little chat with her nice colleagues. Alright, let's talk to him. Talk to Robert, I think his name is? Hello again, officer. Mr. Foley. I need to ask you some questions, if you don't mind. Alright, but be quick. Loyalty to the Black Band is not worth my job. Alright, let's ask the important shit. Could you describe the dynamics of the murder? We suspect that Mr. Baker lured the victim with her here with an excuse, and then attacking her with a knife. I think that's a little grammatically incorrect, but it's okay. The victim was somewhat able to react, and before her throat was cut open, she managed to wound the attacker's hand. Probably with the same weapon that later killed her. Was Baker wounded by his own knife? Let's see. Used by the killer at Treasury Park to murder Alicia Hart. Right. That probably goes with the glove. After killing the woman, he removed her eyeballs, placed them in her mouth, and then sewed it up. He then tied the victim to the tree, undressed her, and arranged the flowers and her hair in the way you have already observed. That probably took hours, but as you know, the park is pretty much deserted at night, and the killer knew it too. After completing the work, the killer fled towards the nearest hospital, not knowing he had been seen by the eyewitness. Didn't the eyewitness react to all this? The girl claims to have arrived while the suspect was tying the victim to the tree. Is that all? You arrested a man based on a flimsy reconstruction. Didn't you even consider the blood on the bench? I never said I would tell you everything, Detective. I care about my job. I suspect I will have to reconstruct the whole thing on my own. Alright, talk about Richard Baker. What can you tell me about the suspect? Baker is one of the greatest revolutionaries of our era. I truly believe he's the only one who can save the city from degradation. Great. A Black Band's groupie in the police force. And he's part of the team that arrested him. The city never ceases to amaze me. I'm talking about his motive and his relationship with the victim, not about his career as champion of justice. We suspect that Baker killed Alicia Hart because she's been blackmailing him for years, given that she was his lover. With elections approaching, he maybe thought that a statement from her to the newspapers could destroy his political and private life. What about the eyewitness? She's the suspect's sister-in-law. And what she's doing at Treasury Park in the middle of the night. Maybe she was following him. We're not sure yet. Officer! What the hell? Freya? Why the hell did you leave your position? I don't have time for your nonsense. Return to your place immediately. Yes, ma'am. What are you waiting for? Hurry up. Oh, are you still here? Good evening, Lieutenant Goldsall. Look who's here. fully let you out of the den at last. Actually, it's me who's keeping him on a lead. But don't tell him. It could hurt his feelings. Hope I didn't ruin a nice chit-chat with my subordinate. Not at all. You're the one I wanted to speak to. Me? That's funny. What could I possibly talk about with a bastard like you? Freya hates me, but she's honest and eager for justice. I'm sure she's noticed the same discrepancies. I could find out more by appealing to her pride. It's risky, but I can't see any better solutions. I have reason to believe that your reconstruction of the case is completely different from what happened. What? Now you're a conspiracy theorist? As well as a criminal? You may be a fanatic, but you're not stupid. There's no way you haven't noticed all the discrepancies. What are you talking about? Put your hard feelings aside and start thinking. A case which reminds us alarmingly of Pandora, and an eyewitness appearing from nowhere, just like a miracle. Who's got all the right reasons to hate Baker? Don't you see anything weird going on? Mordred, are you really trying to save that man? Trust me, Hera, it's for our own good. I hope you know what you're doing. So you think you know the truth? Right at the start of the investigation. Maybe. Very well. You tickled my curiosity. Or maybe just my craving to mock your damn arrogance. Go on, explain your theory. Just be careful not to waste your only chance. One single chance. Better check everything before giving me my version of events. Right. Oh, this would be tough. First things first. We know the victim's eyeballs were scrupulously removed after her death. Those were then found inside her mouth, which was then sewed up. Precisely. What's your point? Baker can't be responsible for such vile actions because... I'm not sure here. I'll do enough time, I think. I was supposed to be able to look at the stuff, but it didn't let me. Baker had all the times in the world. The park was empty, and the witness arrived when the victim was being tied to the tree. In that moment, her eyes had already been removed. Damn, I must try again. Okay, yeah, the park was, desolate at night, that's right. Don't give up, Orchard. Think carefully and leave nothing to chance. Can I see my evidence? First things first. We know the victim's eyeballs were scrupulously removed after her death. Then they were found inside her mouth, which was then sewed up. Precisely, what's your point? I think we read that already. Okay. Why can't he be responsible? Skill? Maybe motive? Motive. Well, let's go with motive, because that's very specific. You know, putting eyeballs in mouths. Covering his tracks by making it look like Pandora's work. It's a perfectly valid motive. I guess I was wrong. Damn, like it doesn't let me look at the stuff, so. Like he had the skills, I guess. Tell me, Freyr, could you remove someone's eyeballs with the same precision as the killer? Oh, okay, yeah, this makes sense. It's like surgical. What kind of question is that? Mordred is right. Accurate removal of eyeballs is anything but simple. Only a person with great surgical skills could do it. Mr. Bacon definitely not a surgeon, and I believe he lacks the guts to do such things. Removing eyes and sewing mouths, not an everyday activity, is it? Especially when you're talking about an old politician used to living in luxury. Besides, according to your version, Baker must have been wounded on the hand during the struggle with the victim. A surgical procedure with a wounded hand? Totally unrealistic, if you ask me. I grant that your observation makes sense, yet it's not enough to clear Baker. At the most, this suggests he had an accomplice. An accomplice that the witness claims not to have seen. I understand what you're getting at, but that's not the real discrepancy. What are you talking about? A colleague reports that after removing the eyeballs and sewing up the mouth, after a short struggle during which he wounded his hand, Baker tied the woman to the tree, undressed her, and arranged the flowers in her hair. Seeing that probably took hours, of something that probably took hours. Do you confirm that this is your official statement? Yeah, exactly. Don't you think this reconstruction lacks a crucial detail? I don't get what your point is. The evidence that was completely ignored during the reconstruction is... Shit. No. Flowers? Arrow. Let me see. The god of love. Okay. Flowers? What's this? Let's try the glove first. Well, a bench. Let's try that. Are you nuts or what? This evidence doesn't make any sense. Think, Mordred. What evidence did they leave out? The glove, I guess. You know, let's try that. Ah, what? What? I guess they didn't see that. We just did. We did. My God, life. I think the way she was killed, maybe. Wow, I'm just batting 1,000. Try the arrow. The lead arrow. I mean, that didn't seem like the most prominent thing, but I guess, yeah. Precisely. This arrow is fundamental to solving the case. I believe Baker arrived at the crime scene when it had already happened. Why would you assume that? I think the suspect saw the body of his lover and in panic tried first of all to remove the arrow. The victim's throat had been cut. What was the point of removing a lead arrow from the body? Look closely. The head hides the cut on her throat completely, and the blood flowed directly onto the wound inflicted by the arrow. What's that got to do with Baker's innocence? Just think about it. Baker gets here and sees his lover's body. Panics, noting the arrow and the blood flowing from the wound. At that point, he tries pulling the arrows out to save her, maybe yelling at her, hoping that she's still alive. But that's something completely insane. Not if you're gripped by panic. Anyway, your version of the events doesn't make sense either. There were no fingerprints on the arrow. It's impossible that Baker tried to pull it out. Got it all wrong. Baker didn't leave any fingerprint because of this. And that's gotta be the glove. I think the gloves are amazing, don't you? They're discreet and leave no fingerprints. Where the hell did you find that glove? Right here, under the ever-present nose of our infallible police force. You're a damn liar, Foley. I knew I shouldn't have listened to you. Don't you truly believe your men had no reason to hide it? How many of them want to see Baker behind bars? How many can you trust? Hiding something so precious in plain sight. It's a classic in this kind of situation, especially if it was previously arranged. Besides, the cut on the glove demonstrates that actually was a struggle, but it happened in an entirely different way. The suspect was probably attacked from behind while he was trying to pull out the arrow. Turned around instinctively, protecting his face with his hand. Being wounded immediately after. At that point, he tried to run away, but he had to stop after a few steps. What makes you so sure? This is the evidence that shows the suspect's escape ended after a few steps. Oh, okay. Let's try this, because the bench... While he was running away, Baker was thrown against the bench, destroying it. Given the state of it, that makes sense. Oh, that was Hera, sorry. I also bet that the blood on the sides of the bench is actually Baker's. How do you explain what happened next? What the... Oh, who's this? I'm not sure. The alleged attacker lets Baker get away? An eyewitness? Why are you telling me that a wounded old man is faster at running than a merciless killer? Who are you? This is Abigail Sherman, the eyewitness of Alicia's murder. Abigail. Abigail is 26. Abigail is a rebellious girl who deeply hates the established system that Nova Polemos has. She is bashful and secretive, probably due to the sorrows she has been carrying around for a long time. I guess she's emo. She was born in a wealthy, old-fashioned family, but, as opposed to her sister Anne, Abigail never wanted to submit to her family's rules. Because of this, she was disinherited at the age of 17. Now she depends on her sister's financial resources, and has to live with the despised Richard Baker, who she believes to represent every wrong of Nova Polemos. Alright. Just give me a second. You are... What? Is that you sit to be not feeling well? Whoa. What's wrong? Looks like you've seen a ghost. The fact that I crushed your creative hypothesis makes you uncomfortable. Quite the contrary, miss. You just opened my eyes. What are you talking about?
Said okay, I'm back again.
Welcome back, Jen. Can you...
Genpai said sorry about that.
That's okay. Can you hear the text to speech? I'm not sure about that.
Genpai said yes I can.
Oh wow. Okay. Very strange. I wish there was a way not to be able to hear that, but I apologize. I will try to get a second screen sometime soon.
Genpai said XD it's all good.
No, excuse me. I have an important meeting. You'll be hearing from me soon, Freya. Hey, where the hell are you going?
Genpai said so what's happening so far?
Alright, so far we investigated the crime scene to figure out what could have went down and why this guy Richard Baker couldn't have done it. And we concluded that he probably found the killer while he was in the midst of performing the ritual here. So he shouldn't be a suspect. Richard Baker should be innocent. Basically that. And this other girl, Abigail, came into the picture. who's young. She's 17. I forgot who. She's someone's sister. I think
Gen Pi.
she lives with Richard Baker.
Said oh I see.
What an idiot. And I even listened to him. I hope that's not the end of the demo. I'm enjoying this. I want to play more. Why did you run off? An animal-shaped mask appeared on Abigail's face. This means a
Gen Pi.
precious witness.
Said ha 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 XD you're getting into it.
Well, it's fairly interesting, despite the writing is lying. Mask of deception. So, like, the killer is a killer named Pandora. I can look at it, but extract from the psychiatric evaluation of Mordred Foley. I'll try to be as clear as possible, Professor. Every time someone lies to me, an animal-shaped mask appears on their face.
Said yeah, everything is really cool, but the writing is just so off.
It is. Like, it's okay. Sometimes it works. Distorting space and reality. I never understand where this waking nightmare came from, and honestly don't care. Right now I just want to stop messing with... I want you to stop messing with me by saying that no one is ever going to listen to this conversation. How can I deduce that you're lying? Take a guess. So every time someone lies to him, I guess, he sees these masks appear on their face. Something like that. Fairly interesting. One of those masks again. So you think she's the killer? Not necessarily. She could be an accomplice, or maybe she's just trying to frame the suspect. We need more proof before integrating her.
Said is that why the girl had a mask in her face?
Yes, that's what he was seeing. She doesn't really have that on.
Joyce Erd. Said hey ya.
Hi Joyce, how you doing? We must hear Baker's version first. Maybe he'll be able to explain how he got away without the real killer murdering him in cold blood.
Said hey Joyce. Joyce Erd. Said doing alright, not much going on ATM. Joyce Erd. Said hey Genpy.
He should be at the police station. Let's pay him a visit. Okay, so we're going to the police. I hope it lets us do that. Okay, but first, I need to talk to you. Come back to the office as soon as you can. I'll be back when I get the chance. In the meantime, I'll put the evidence in order. Useless evidence is gone. Okay. PlayStation.
Genpai. Said God, the background here looks so good.
I know. Look at this. It's probably not drawn. Looks like a rendering, not like a either stock image that's been enhanced or something.
Joyce Erd.
Or photo.
Said photo bashing probably.
Yeah.
Joyce Erd. Said but amazing art.
Yeah, it's like a composite.
Genpai. Said yeah.
Let me go to the police station. Yeah, this looks like it was rendered in 3D. What's that program? I'm not sure. Some people use it. Something up. Not mock-up. Paste up.
Genpai.
Something.
Said okay, where the heck is Connor here?
Where is Connor? I'm the android from Cyberlife. And, Gavin Reed.
Joyce Erd. Said that Detroit crossover.
Exactly what it is.
Genpai. Said Hank and Connor just kissing in the background.
I don't think so in this game, but okay.
Genpai. Said RK900 spanking Gavin. Joyce Erd. Said oh god XD. Joy
I
Surd.
can't take this game seriously anymore.
Said Gen POMG XD. Gen Pi. Said XDDDD.
Immersion is ruined. Homicide department. Half the people who work here want to see me in an electric chair.
Gen Pi. Said the fact I can hear the guy reading it makes it 100 times better.
Only half? You're underestimating your talent, detective. What the hell? I don't know what to make of this guy. I don't know how to do a voice for this dude. I have to figure this out. Hold on. He's gotta be mysterious, so. You are the last person I was expecting to see here,
Gen
Foley.
Said hi, I'm Connor the android from Cyber Life.
No, that's not Connor. David?
Gen Pi. Said oh this guy's looks cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he is a good looking dude here. It's Gavin.
Gen Pi. Said W so handsome. Joy Surd. Said best kind of humor, mysterious dude with the highest pitch voice ever.
Don't tell. No, I'm not doing that. I'll just die laughing. I can't. Don't tell me. You're still in need of your favorite attorney's advice. Oh, you said lawyer? I'd rather spend 4
Gen
more
Pi.
years in court than hear your boyish
Said the main
jokes.
character looks a little like Gavin with more of a beard.
A little bit. Oh, let's look at David Casey. He is 35.
Gen Pi. Said yes what Joy said XD.
Lore and arrogance
Joy
are the
Surd.
same thing.
Said is he as much of a dick too?
Well, I didn't get that impression that he's a dick. Like, he's more
Gen Pi.
cynical.
Said no XD.
Yeah, he's more cynical, but
Gen
like
Pi.
he's not a dick.
Said he jokes more.
Yeah. Gavin's
Gen
just
Pi.
downright like, ugh.
Said and sweeter.
Gavin's an asshole. Like, he's the kind of guy you just you want to kick in a game, you know? I have never gotten the path where he is nicer. Is there one? Like,
Joy Surd. Said well TBH not very difficult to be better than Gavin. Gen Pi. Said Gavin is trash and RK900 is here to punish him. Joy Surd. Said Gavin is always a dick.
Gavin.
Gen Pi. Said no he is ever nice.
Okay, because I thought maybe there was a path where he's a little less, like, heavy, but I guess not. Like, I have only played that game twice, Detroit, and I
Gen
only
Pi.
played halfway through the
Said
second
no.
time.
Joy Surd. Said nope only fanfiction XD.
Yeah. Time to read the fanfics, I guess. Oh, not. I like the despondent characters, the grumpy guys. Like, they're
Gen
fun.
Pi. Said yeah only fanfics.
So, David's nature is characterized by a strong
Gen Pi.
personal ambition.
Said I love Gavin.
Together with his charisma and his silver tongue, helped him become one of the most famous defense lawyers in the entire city. Casey was born and raised in a low-class family, and since he was very young, he was fought to raise his status. Known for accepting some of Noir Palermo's most controversial cases, David successfully defended Detective Foley, granting him exoneration for lack of evidence. Okay, so he's a cool guy. He's a little smirky, but he's a good guy. I saved you from being fried in the electric chair, and that's how you thank me? I'm trying to give him, like, a classy voice. I don't know. I'm disappointed, my friend. I'm not your friend, and honestly, I'm not interested in becoming one. I'm just here to see Richard Baker. Do you know where he is? Of course. My client has just got out of the interrogation room. He's on his phone now, but he'll be available soon. Client? That's funny. Are you going to suggest a plea bargain of 30 years prison for him too? Oh, come on. Are you still upset about that? I don't know, something about David reminds you of Reese. I don't know why. Give the hair. And to think I mentioned your name to the black bands. Well, then I must thank you for putting me in the mess. I know, I'm such a big-hearted man. But then again, I've always been a fan of lost causes.
Joy Surd said can't help but compare everything with Bland's XD.
Yeah, sometimes it's just ingrained in your head. Like, hey, this looks like this. Anyway, before you speak with Mr. Baker, I should probably share some information. Kind of information. Let's start from the beginning. Alright. I don't really care about the black bands right now. Let's talk about Baker. How's Baker doing? He's trying to keep up appearances, but he's visibly upset.
Genpai
His left arm
said I'm the
purpose.
same way XD, I just wanna mash Blands with everything.
Crossovers galore. And the wound on his right hand is more serious than expected. Probably he won't be able to move his fingers for a while. Interesting. Alright, so we know he has a wound, which matched the glove that had the
Joy
mark.
Surd said I have that with Dragon Ball lately TBH. Joy Surd said, or more specifically the abridged version.
Oh, I have not watched that, and I heard it's pretty cool. I don't know, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z in like 20 years, because it was big when I was in high school.
Said oh my god I love the abridge. Genpai said it's so good.
Yeah.
Genpai said watches Morty.
Oops, sorry.
Genpai said watch it. Joy Surd said I haven't either, but abridged got me back in it XD.
I have so many things to
Genpai
watch right now. Like,
said now.
I'm trying to finish The Boys. I want to watch, I have to watch the other Stranger Things. And there's a little show I was watching. The Punisher. I want to watch Punisher on Netflix. Probably you already know it, but people have no idea that my client is under investigation for the murder at
said
Treasure Park.
DBZ first.
DBC first. But the situation won't stay hidden for long.
Said now.
As soon as the news spreads, the consequences for Baker and his party will be catastrophic.
Joy Surd said he is streaming, he can't XD.
Yeah, I can't watch it while I'm streaming. That's not possible. It is, but like it would not go over well. What makes you think that? There are a few crimes in the city,
Genpai
and even fewer murders.
Said angry gasping PK Chugface.
That is why this whole case is a ticking time bomb.
Joy Surd said new Mort stream react to abridged.
I don't know if I can do that.
Said OMG XD. Genpai said yes XD.
Am I just going to be sitting there going, what the? What am I watching? Besides, Mrs. Baker's on the verge of a breakdown. She's convinced that, after her husband's lover, they want to kill her as well. Ah, love. What a wonderful thing. Okay.
Genpai said maybe we can figure out a way to watch it together.
Yeah, Rabbit used to be around. I don't think... some people say you can still access it, but I don't think it works. I'm not sure. On second thoughts, that woman could shed some light on Abigail and Baker's relationship. I hope Richard Baker's not
Gen
with
Pot.
Abigail.
Said sad face. Joy Surd. Said OMG, well you could do Discord screen share.
That's true.
Gen Pi. Said oh.
I can give
Joy
you
Surd.
Baker's address, but be careful.
Said I should get some coffee do and have some arts.
I just gave this guy the wrong voice. One wrong word and all hell will be let loose. And the last thing we want is you saying too much to the media.
Gen Pi.
After all,
Said yes.
I can protect you from judges and journalists. But no one escapes the Black Band's revenge. Don't worry though. I'm sure that a sweet guy like you will be able to cheer her up. Baker's house, okay.
Gen Pi. Said artaying to Morty's stream is very nice woo. Gen Pi. Said oh woo.
A woo woo, a woo. Don't start with the ooh-woos.
Gen Pi. Said damn it.
Well.
Gen Pi. Said ooh woo.
Oh no. Oh no. Not ooh woo.
Gen Pi. Said XD.
Oh god.
Joy Surd. Said the text to voice makes it so funny.
Yeah, it's strange.
Gen Pi. Said yes it does. Joy Surd. Said uwu is basically howling like a wolf.
Yeah, basically. Well, I suppose it's time for you to talk to your beloved party leader. But first, I must ask you something about Treasury Park's crime scene. This guy says a lot, doesn't he? And ellipses. A little bird told me that someone found evidence which had not been reported amongst those discovered by the police. You've no idea who this person might be, have you?
Said that's how most people get tips. XD is with read text donations. Gen Pi. Said ha 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 yes Joyce.
Text donations. Oh.
Gen Pi. Said BRB.
Is he referring to the glove I found? That specific evidence would help him in that trial. But I'd risk getting Frey into trouble for not retrieving it. What should I do? Shit. You know what? Crap.
Joy Surd. Said dun dun duan.
I'm not gonna submit the evidence, even though it's probably a bad idea. Sorry, I know nothing. That's too bad. I could have sworn you were that person. I guess I was wrong. Am I really going to risk an investigation for withholding evidence?
Said that texture didn't cover the screen too well.
Yeah. It is what it is, I guess. Just to save Fraser's face. Harry's influence is making me softer. Oh, perfect timing. My dear Mordred, I present Richard Baker, party leader of the Black Bands. Oh, Detective Foley. We meet at last. I don't know what voice to give him either. Pleasure's mine, Mr. Baker. Sorry to bother you, but I urgently need to ask you some questions. You are a man who loves to get straight to the point. I just went through 4 hours of interrogation, but I suppose some more questioning won't kill me. I don't know, it's like a hybrid British accent. After all, it is well known, there's no rest for the wicked. Then I'll leave you lovebirds alone. If you need anything, just call me. Shall we start, Detective? Hey, it works. I'm curious to know what you want from me. Okay, let's just speak to him. Um, let's go with the victim. Could you describe your relationship with Alicia? Alicia? She was a young and naive girl. Maybe too naive. Alicia Hart. Let's see. Alicia was 25. Alicia is an impulsive and emotional girl. Despite her sweet and motherly character, her disappointment towards the country's politics have made her reticent, I think, and distrustful towards people she doesn't know. Daughter of a painter and a humble pharmacist, she could never fulfill her childhood dream to study filmmaking, so she decided to quit school right after graduating. She's now doing temporary jobs, while dreaming of entering the movie business. Okay? She had the heart of an artist and wanted to be director, but she could not afford any of Nova Polema's schools. Oh, I'm just going back and forth with this accent. She was always wandering, filming places and people with a 50-year-old camera and hoping to make a name for herself, to become someone. Why would a girl so disposed decide to bond with a black band's leader? The flesh is weak and ambition does not come from pureness. She was pretty and I could give her what she wanted. You can figure out the rest. Let's go with the case reconstruction. Mr. Baker, I need to hear your version of the facts. Try to describe the events of that night and be as specific as possible. Alicia had contacted me a few days earlier. She was threatening to reveal our affair to the press if I had not promised to support her for life. She suggested meeting in Treasury Park to discuss the terms of the agreement, and I accepted without question. I arrived on time, and I intended to end the matter once and for all. Unfortunately, by the time I arrived, she had already been tied to that tree and killed. I yelled at her, in the hope that she was still alive, and I was in such a panic that I tried to pull out the damn arrow. Shortly after, someone attacked me from behind, and managed to wound my hand with a knife while I was trying to defend myself. I'm just getting down and dirty with this accent. Like, I'm trying. I tried to run, but after a few steps I was thrown against the bench. After the impact I fainted. I was sure I was going to die. While I was losing consciousness, I heard someone screaming, maybe a girl, and then everything went black. Girl scream? I woke up 10 minutes later and I was alone with the body. The attacker had disappeared. What the? Take advantage of the moment I managed to get away and call for help. You already know the rest. Alright. Talk about the Black Band. You're considered one of the moderate members of the party. Why? Because, unlike most of my colleagues, I don't discriminate against people according to race, sex, or religion, but simply by worthiness. And such worthiness is defined by the Patterson test that we invented more than 20 years ago. Let's talk about the Patterson test. Every 5 years, the citizens of Nova Polemos must take the Patterson test. It consists of multiple questions aimed at assessing the IQ and the individual skills of each person. Obtaining a high score gives several advantages, such as better job decisions, the opportunity to openly share personal thoughts on internet, and free access to medical facilities. Inside the city, there are many institutes that offer courses to help prepare people for the test. They are usually attended by older people who often find it more difficult to pass the test. Oh, so this is like a very heavily society-based, very heavily on, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, your worthiness to society? So like a caste system, I guess? Oh, the Patterson test. It's not the examination which, in addition to individual abilities, attests earnings, origin, and political beliefs. Listen to me, Mr. Foley. It's pure madness if you think we can share the resources of Nova Polemos with everyone. Uncontrolled immigration, poor education, and the opinion of illiterate people are the reason behind the threat of collapse. Nova Polemos is built on ambition, and I won't allow some deadbeat parasites to destroy our promised land. I'm starting to think that you're exploiting education to indoctrinate people, just in order to indoctrinate an army of puppets. You may disagree with our views, Detective, but let me remind you that your future is bound to mine. If I fall, you're going down with me. I suggest you put a muzzle on that rabid dog inside you. Something wrong, Detective? I noticed a very interesting detail while you were talking. What do you mean? You mentioned the case, your party, and the victim.
Said okay, I'm back, but he'll be lurking. Need to get ready to leave.
Alright, thank you for joining me. It's a pleasure.
Joy Surd. Said
In your statements, you never involved one of the most important actors in this huge farce. And I believe that's no coincidence. I don't understand.
Said sad face, I don't want to go, I'm really liking this game.
Aw. Well, I'm gonna buy this, I think, and I'll play it either the next chance I get, or next week. The person that you've been avoiding talking about is...
Said oh, it's a demo.
Yeah, it's a demo for now. But it's a long demo, like...
Genpot. Said sweet, I hope to be there.
Yeah. What's this? Wait. Hold on. I need to see what they were saying. I don't know. I forgot what they said. Are trying to make me lose my patience. No, this isn't the person he forgot to mention. Stay focused, Lord Dread. The person you've been avoiding talking about is... Oh, okay. It's gotta be Abigail? No. Who's this? Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. It's not that lady. I think it's this one. Julie. I guess not. Because he didn't mention Julie. I guess she's not important. Abigail? This very same person that's testifying against you. I thought he mentioned her. I guess not. Abigail? What does she have to do with this? You used to tell me that. What are you implying? Abigail is testifying against me. Why the hell should I defend her? Uh-oh. It's my life that's at risk, not hers. Just as I thought. Baker's lying and the mask proves it. Before I interrogate him further, I'll need more evidence on Abigail and Alicia in order to find the truth. I might find that evidence by talking to his wife. I should also go back and update Hera. Forgive my insinuations, Mr. Baker. I've gone too far. Huh? What's with the sudden modesty, Mr. Foley? Well, don't worry. If you'll need me, you'll find me right here. Try not to take too long to find the truth, or whatever else could exonerate me. Okay. I have to go to Baker's house, I believe. This is police station, investigations, Treasure Park. expected Bacon to love luxury, but once again, my favorite megalomaniac surprised me. Hmm? Who let you in my house? Oh, you must be Ann Baker. Your housekeeper let me in. I'm Mordred Foley, and there is no need for you to introduce yourself. Your sloppy outfit and that lingering stench of tobacco. You are one of those vainly an interview, hoping to further disgrace my husband's name. You reporters are just parasites, feeding on the misery of a man who created an empire with the sweat of his brow. I'm not a damn reporter. I'm the detective hired by your husband. Why did my husband contact a detective? And why wasn't I aware of this? As I suspected, Baker has hidden everything from her. They kept you in the dark to protect you, madam. But I'm here because your help can be of the utmost importance. And how could I assist you? Just answer my questions for now. Okay. Talk about Abigail. If you're truly convinced of your husband's innocence, why would Abigail testify against him? What kind of question is that? Someone probably tricked my sister into this, knowing about her relationship with Alicia. Were they good friends? More than you can imagine. Alicia was probably the only person who could make Abigail smile. Okay. What can you tell me about Alicia Hart? Oh, that poor angel. Alicia was a dear friend to my sister Abigail. They were both artists, dreaming about filming a movie together. She came here often, and she was the only person able to enliven my beloved Abigail. My dear Richard became aware of that and started to support the work of sweet Alicia, hoping to give her a bright future. Naturally, some malicious scandalmongers assert that she was engaged in an intimate affair with my husband. They just envy him his kind-heartedness. After all, you cannot expect those beasts to be able to comprehend such a grand act of altruism. That is why some worm killed her, and my darling is forced to sleep amongst those wolves. No mask on her face. This woman really believes in her husband's faithfulness. What sick brainwashing has she been subjected to create her such a twisted vision of reality? My beloved Richard has always been a man ahead of his time, vigorous, valiant, and altruistic. As opposed to those snakes set to black bands, he always decided in favor of peace and equality, striving towards the rights of every citizen. It's pathetic how the vast majority of the police force were against him. Do you think he was framed by his colleagues? Of course. Who else could have wanted to harm a man as good as that? To help your husband, I need to search your house. It won't take long. Just... Absolutely not. My husband is innocent, and all you want to do is tarnish his name, torturing my miserable soul. Admit it. You were sent by Pearson Finley, those animals. Madam, I have no idea who those people are. They are my husband's biggest opponents. Those hypocrites claim peace but crave his place. I'm just wasting time. I need to convince her to let me search the house. Hera could have some ideas on this. She's always been better than me at making people talk. Alright. Go back to his investigation headquarters. Talk to Hera. Oh, Mordred. You're back. I hope you don't mind if I put on some music. I remember this song. You composed it when we started the agency. Yeah, I composed it hoping not to relive the thrill if I felt in creating something on my own. Now we risk losing everything, and the memory of those moments is all I have left. When I think of those days, I realize that we've become the monsters we swore to destroy. Hera, are you okay? Yeah, it's just... Now that we know Pandora's back...
Samchs said, what resolution are you running the game?
Hold on. I think it's, oh, shoot. It's windowed, I know, but it's, I can't remember. Probably 1160 something? Doesn't seem to be letting me, look. I understand that you're acting for your own good, but when the moment comes, think about the consequences of saving that man. I'm serious. Your decision could change the entire future of the city. We'll take that decision together, and I assure you, as I always do, that none of them is going to hurt you. I'm not afraid of death, Mordred. I'm afraid of losing you. The only demon brave enough to stand beside me when you could have left me to die on the street. Hera. You really have a distorted perspective of me, girl. You know that? You're always the same idiot. Anyway, how about updating me on what happened? Sit down. This'll take some time. Some Baker's lying too. Yeah. I need more evidence to push him to tell me how things really went. Good. If you need to talk, I'll be here. Alright. Now I can look at the settings for you. It is in 1600 by 900. No. Okay. Right. Alright, she still won't let me look. Great, this is all what I need. I need to search this house, I need more evidence. But how can I distract her?
Joy Surd said, was it just me or did the music sound a bit drunk just now?
Oh, it's sometimes when I, if I click out a window by accident, it will stop for some reason. It's a problem with running windowed mode. I should probably really be playing it in full screen, but for now, I need to be able to have other things open. So I change my setup. Alright, I gotta get more evidence, or I distract her somehow. What's this? It's a leap of faith, but maybe it's worth a try. Do you recognize this flyer? Of course. It was used during the campaign of Richard's party. Precisely. On the back there are fancy words like respect, honor, unity, and pride. Although I understand that many members of the Black Bonds do not follow these ideas. You've repeatedly said that your husband has lots of enemies inside the party and the police force. And tell me, madam, have you ever thought that those same people could hurt you? What? So it's true, they want to kill me too. I can't exclude this hypothesis. If you don't let me investigate, your life will be in danger. Do you understand that? I guess that was the right evidence to show her.